Hi there, this is Joy from Joylight Transformational Coaching. Today the topic is mistakes. Mistakes are diamonds in the rough. Last week I took part in a bachata boot camp in the Singapore International Latin Festival. The catch here was that we had to perform after the boot camp. That was scary, but I thought that it would be a good push factor. I was looking forward to the bootcamp because I have loved this dance form for a long time now, and I have finally took the leap of courage to learn it properly. I went to the first training sessions eager to absorb whatever techniques the instructors were going to teach. Strangely enough, we went straight into learning the performance choreography right after our warm-up. I was confused. Slowly but surely, the truth crept up on me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. There was no teaching in this bootcamp. It was strictly only preparation for the performance. My blood went cold. My second confusion was regarding the standard of the dance step. These were not beginner's steps. There was no way a beginner would be able to cope with that. In fact, one husband and wife couple backed out immediately on the first day. The second truth dawned on me. This is not a beginner's bootcamp. Oh my goddess, what have I done? I did my best to stay calm and I tried desperately to remember the steps. The song was fast and the steps were never repeated. It was a serious dance item. We learned half the song in our first session. We only had 3 sessions with our instructors and then it's performance time. Sure, insanity has just pervaded my life. We had 3 hours in the first session to learn half the song, 2 hours next to learn the second half, followed by 1 hour of stage rehearsal, and then it's showtime. I was no longer sure what to do with myself. I stumbled home on the first night, physically exhausted, brain dead, and still in a state of shock. I was trying to process what has just transpired. This was a very bad mistake. How am I ever going to survive this? I felt tortured in my mind, swinging back and forth as to whether I have what it takes to do this. To perform a dance item which was above my current abilities in front of mostly trained eyes in Latin dance was not something I was relishing to do. But here I am in this bootcamp. In fact, the countdown had started ticking. How am I going to rectify this mistake? With fear and doubt in my heart, I planned a strategy. I was going to look at the instructional video for the next few days, right before I sleep and first thing in the morning when I wake. Also, I'm going to practice for an hour by myself every day before I go for group practice. That's a total of 3 hours of private practice. Not a lot, but hopefully it can make a difference. I stuck very closely to this strategy. It was still a tedious uphill task. My body was not used to this dance form at all, and some parts of the choreography was very similar. I had to make sure I don't get confused. But I was confused, constantly. During the final rehearsal, it was decided that my partner and I were going to stand in the front line. The stakes just keep piling up. I felt slightly better with every training session, but never enough to feel that I had nailed it. On top of it, I was going for workshops that were conducted in the Latin festival. It was exhausting. My feet hurt and my big toes were threatening to fall off. During the final rehearsal, I learned that I was doing one of the turns the wrong way. Oh my goddess, it was going to be very obvious if I don't turn the same way with the rest, especially with me standing in front. My body does not remember it that way. I just somehow have to remember it. I will and I must. Worried and panicky, I rushed home to take a shower and I rushed back to do my hair and my makeup. We were the second item for the night. We did not have much time at all. At the backstage, looking out at the audience, my stomach felt like it has been stabbed. This is it, Joy. This is it. Come what may. And it came. It wasn't the best performance of my life. I forgot some small parts, but it wouldn't be obvious unless you are a bachata dancer yourself. I clearly had no sense of the dance form. I never did. But I did it. It was done. I did it. I survived it. I went from considering this boot camp a terrible mistake to thinking how wonderful it is. That I had no clue that this was not a beginner's boot camp when I signed up. That was the only way that I would be willing to sign up. I felt like a stone being refined by the fire. It had been so painful, but I came out sparkling and proud, like a diamond in the rough. I don't feel the same. I am not the same. I glow as a result of this. Today I'm walking around a fuller version of myself, humbled and inspired by myself. I was reminded of how much potential I had when I am willing to get very uncomfortable and get out of my comfort zone. What have you been waiting to do but have always made excuses? Nothing is a guarantee. But nothing happens if you don't take that leap of faith. I'm not saying that this is going to be easy, but it is going to be so worth it. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They are your allies. With your faith and preservations, they will help you to shine like the diamonds in the sky. Dear diamond in the rough, it's time to walk into the refining fire. See you in the sky. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share with your friends and your family. I also have a book on Amazon Kindle. It's called From Zero to Shaki, A Woman's Search for Rebirth and Redemption. Remember to support me. And you can find me too on Twitter and Instagram at Joylight. I also have a page on Facebook, Joylight. You can go to my Facebook page to check out my latest events. Have a most fabulous day ahead. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.